Today we're going to talk about the people who do the best in life are able to resist temptation. I started thinking about this, of people that I knew growing up, the people who dropped out of high school, the people who dropped out of college, where they are now currently. I graduated 5 years ago. Every single one of them are legitimately struggling, and they have struggled since they dropped out. And it's not like they had a great plan, a business, because you see this online all the time of people saying, school isn't for me. Well, no, school isn't for you because you're a lazy piece of shit and you just want to party and do stupid stuff. And I'm not talking about the people who take a tremendous amount of debt and then you drop out because you're like, well, the ROI of going to school and the debt doesn't make sense. That's not what I'm talking about. It's the people that wanted the attention and the dopamine high and they dropped out. And they're legitimately working these gigs, trying to find their own way. And now they're going back to school. It's like the mistakes they made in early adolescence, they're severely paying for these consequences. It's funny how we graduate high school at 18 and everyone wants freedom. Everyone wants freedom from responsibility, but they don't realize that freedom comes with responsibility. All freedom is responsibilities and consequences. Yes, you get to decide what path and what you do for the rest of your life, with no one telling you what to do, but those consequences are your own burden. It's funny how when I was like a senior in high school, the people that I looked up to, right, when they were seniors, they were like 2 years out, and I see that they're pregnant or they're like have kids, they have baby mamas, and they're like a part-time drug dealer or working at a diner. And it was insane to me because it's like, your life just started. Why are you continuing the cycle of poverty and distress? Why would you set yourself up like that? You were just born. At 18, you're so young. Like, these decisions people don't really think about. And maybe it's bad parenting, bad mentors, but I think it's the lack of delayed gratification. Some people have the inability to just delay things and have a perspective. And it's not just like these serious things of like, okay, having kids, doing drugs. It's almost like being distracted when you're a youth. Young men do this all the time. They get distracted by pussy and women. And I am 100%, I was distracted at certain parts of my life by women. But the thing is, I always put school and work first. It's almost like as long as I did well in school and I had a part-time job and I was doing that and I took care of business, then, I would go date, I would party and do things. But that's not how a lot of people did things. They would neglect the things that were the most important just to get distracted. It's sad. When you're in high school or college, you're supposed to stay focused, understand, get creative, explore the world. But then you get distracted by a girl, by the power of pussy. Now you're not a man on your mission. And maybe you have to make that mistake once, okay? But if you just keep sacrificing the things that make you a good man, okay? A good husband, a good friend, a good brother, a good son, and you just keep chasing pussy, chasing woman, what life does that lead to? It's like that loss of innocence. When there were people that I grew up with, there's these like girls that were really like good Christian girls, right? That you knew that were just so fucking nice and generous. And then you find them on social media like 10 years later, and now they're like, I don't know, like tatted up, drinking, partying all the time, having like a boyfriend after a next. It's like, what happened to you? It's like, you're such an innocent person. Like, I'm sorry what happened to you. I understand that's a temptation and life is a hard thing. But it's like the people who are able to remain innocent in their souls. I'm not saying in the sense of like, okay, like keep your virginity to marriage. Like if you could do that, that's probably the best. But it's like mistakes happen and we're human. But you can't get lost in the sauce. I think that's like the most important vital thing is don't get lost in the temptation and the sin of the world. You need to have a moral compass of things you can and cannot do, boundaries not to cross. It's an internal system of balance that comes from your heart, from God, right? Important things like this. But I see like men now, like just so caught up in like the wrong things. And I understand that loneliness is one of the worst things to ever be inflicted upon humans. It destroys your mental health, destroys your physical health, and you get desperate. So like the first partner that comes to you, first one that pays attention, you get distracted by that. Now you have this toxic relationship. I notice this especially with girls. Once they go through puberty, when they're like 14, 15, now they get attention from the seniors and juniors of high school. And they love it. It's such a tempting thing. For once, like you get so much attention. People are nice to you. But getting into a relationship, having sex with so many different partners, you can't tell me that doesn't inflict pain upon your soul. It damages that, right? You have burdens from past relationships that carry into new ones, like trust issues, cheating issues, anxiety, unresolved trauma, burdens. And that's the whole point when I say don't get distracted by life. The people that you involve yourself with, mentally, spiritually, physically, sexually, they imprint on you. It's hard to remain unscathed, but that should be the goal, to remain unscathed, to be loyal, be virtuous. Things that the world kind of takes away. The world rewards bad behavior. Think of OnlyFans. Think about like the social media addiction, the dopamine high. Think of like the Nelk boys, like doing reckless things. You get a ton of likes on TikTok, but you're destroying your internal life. It's like do horrible, bad decisions for a couple likes, for attention. Living a virtuous, loyal Christian life, like it's theoretically and on paper it looks boring, but it's peaceful. I understand that rage that men have at society. Well, the modern dating system is completely broken. I understand that. The job market's fucked up. I get that. There's a lack of connection amongst humans. It's almost like crime is rampant. People just get rewarded and people get let off the hook for doing bad things. Being a good person seems like you get screwed. That's very valid. But that's not the life that I want to live. That's not the virtuous life that I want to live. If you want to be successful in life, you have to have goals. You have to delay things. Delayed gratification is a good thing. Temptation is not always the best. Think of the people who peaked in high school, who were super cool, were invited to all the parties, were on the football team, the jock, okay? Like the movies, but there's people you know that legitimately peaked in high school. Now since, okay, I'm like 9-10 years out of high school. That's insane. Really cool, popular people, they're still hanging out with each other, talking about high school at their local pub, drinking fucking PBR or Bud Light. It's not what I want to be involved with, right? Keeping your innocence, it's a hard thing. Absolutely. I understand that you want to partake, especially if you're a lonely man. You want to date, you want to be involved, you want to have a lot of girls, you want to have options. I understand that. All I'm saying is be selective in who you choose. And not every single person, okay? You're not going to get quantity of women following this advice or a quantity of, I don't know, options, but you get a very selective few really good options. I'm talking about career decisions as well. It's not just dating. It's a few selective options that are extremely attractive and high quality that do not get sent to the masses, that come to you. Have faith, pray, think about it. Living in this world, okay? Doing dumb things, partying, having unprotected sex, all this, like, not a good, fulfilling result. If anything, you're just hurt, and I get that. Understand that rage, too. Get back at the world with people who bullied you, or the girls who broke your heart. Understand that. Maybe you have to go down that dark path for a bit, but don't get lost in it. Don't be of this world. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. It's kind of random, but it's something that I've been thinking about. I hope you guys found some serious value. Peace out.